it. I never did the hey guys. We'll cut to the fake beginning. Ready? Hey guys, it's Hannah, and I have my friend Anna with me today.
Hello.
And today we are going to do a probably spoiler. We might attempt to do non-spoiler, but there will probably be spoilers. Book review of Emergency Contact. This is coming from the end of the video. If I put it at the beginning, I don't know what.
Here's my half-eaten sandwich.
I finished my food.
She finished hers really fast.
And yeah,
I'm a slow eater.
It's 2:13. We're eating lunch.
Wow.
Should we put it on a book?
Maybe.
So it's even.
Your boot's gonna be.
Well, then we'll work out.
Oh, but it's not even the whole boot. It's just the
then
bottom.
that's lame. I started reading this book and it was so weird, and I thought I was reading from the point of view of the cat, and that weirded me out, to be honest. So I stopped. I'm gonna return it.
Interesting.
Turn the air off. Turn the radio off. Hello. This is an honest review of the Mango Passion Lemonade Tea.
I thought you were like
Chick-fil-A.
still struggling to remember the name of Emergency Contact.
I mean, I might
I
have
was
been.
kind of disappointed. Let me scoot over so I'm in frame. Okay.
I don't think I like the passion, and that man needs a shirt.
Should I put these?
We'll figure it out. It's already getting hot without
Wow.
the air.
He gave us a lot more than 6.
Hello. This is haphazard. But welcome to our book talk of Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Chow.
I don't know. I feel bad like trying to say her name because I know I'm gonna say it wrong.
It's always my own fault because I never bother looking at it.
I know. I was gonna look it up.
I'm balancing my Chick-fil-A sauce on my knee.
Here's some napkins and your chicken.
Fries are the best part. Alright, initial thoughts about the book. I liked it as a whole. I don't think it was anything incredible. I don't think it was the best thing I've ever read.
Same.
But it was fun.
It was fun.
And it was fun enough that I'd want to read it, and I'm in a slump right now.
Same. Me too. So it got me out of my slump, and so Hannah was super encouraged after I told her that, and then it got
I needed
her out
something.
of her. Did it get you out of your slump?
I'd say
I've
so, because
read-
I'm like ready to read the next book.
Yes, and I've read 2.5 books since I finished that one in like the span of I guess like a week and a half. So compared to the maybe 1 out of the 13 books I was supposed to read for school that I finished within the last 2 years,
Oh my god.
I would say that that's pretty good. I mean, but they're school books, you know, like you don't want to read them
No.
necessarily.
That's a different situation.
Yeah, but I haven't read for fun in such a long time, so it was a lot of fun to read. Even though it wasn't like the best, I wasn't expecting it to be the best thing I ever read.
I feel like a lot happened in it, but it didn't feel very rushed.
Yeah,
I guess we should also explain.
We should probably explain like
What the book is
at least
about.
the basic plot.
Yeah. So it's about this girl named Penny, and she is going to school at the University of Texas in Austin.
Is this the thing?
No, we don't do that in this car.
Sorry.
I go to A&M, so
And I go to a branch of A&M. I'm not like as dedicated as Hannah, but you know.
Yeah. And I don't know, I just took a bite when about to explain. The other character, it flips back and forth between Penny and Sam. Sam doesn't go to school. He's going to community college, and he's going to ACC.
I thought it was
In
Austin
Austin.
Community College, but he said something about like
I thought it was
Alamo Community College, like from
That's
San
in San
Antonio.
Antonio.
Exactly. I was really confused. I was like, oh, ACC.
Well, he was
I
doing
went
it
to
online,
ACC.
wasn't he?
Yeah, but then he went to like the ACC office. I don't know. I was really confused. I thought it was just ACC, but he kept mentioning San Antonio. Whatever. He's going to community college. He's not going to UT.
I still think it was ACC.
Okay, we'll just say that.
As
it's
in
ACC.
Austin Community College.
Yeah.
But, so he's doing that for film school, and he's working at this place called The House, which I don't know if that's a real place or not, because I
I don't
haven't spent a
think
whole
that
lot of
it
time
is.
downtown Austin. But, it's a coffee shop bakery, and he works there, and he is uncle to Penny's freshman year roommate. And that's kind of the premise. Basically, is it spoiler to say that?
Is what?
Is it a spoiler to say the panic attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so they meet when Jude
wait.
takes her there, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they end up with each other's phone numbers and become each other's emergency contact, hence the name. And they text a lot.
Yes.
So basically the whole book is like, not the whole book is their texting, but like
Yeah.
the main things that move the plot in some cases are their texting.
Yeah. And they're not supposed to. So Jude, she doesn't like Sam. Like, she's not attracted to him. She's not interested in dating him. But and they don't really know a lot about each other. But she knows enough about him and his past that she's like, just stay away from him, leave him alone. He needs to have, like, whatever, like a quiet life. And so Penny and their other friend, what's the other friend's name?
Mallory.
Mallory, yeah. So Mallory is like really open about like everything.
Mallory's like, oh, he's hot.
Yeah, and Penny's just sitting there like super quiet. We need to talk about like the different kinds of stereotype characters that they are, but in a second. So Jude is like, stay away from him, but not in like a or else kind of way. It's just like, please for me.
Like a friendship pact kind of thing.
Yeah, and so they're like, yeah, of course, well, whatever. Penny is like, she thinks he's hot right away, but she doesn't say so because
she doesn't
really
say
quiet.
anything.
She's really shy.
She never says anything.
But then,
It's all burnt.
so sad. But the burnt ones are the best. I love the crispy fries. I haven't eaten any of my food because I'm struggling to open my crispy sauce.
You have the nails. It should be easy for you.
I know, but I don't want to break the nails. Anyway, the difference between me and Hannah.
The one, that's it.
That's the one difference. That's the only difference. So they end up with each other's numbers, and they keep the whole thing secret from Jude because neither of them want to upset her.
And also, the way they got each other's numbers is something Sam didn't want Penny to tell Jude because then
Right.
Jude would probably worry.
Exactly.
So then that adds to it. Also, I just want to say that it is 97 degrees and sunny outside, and we are sitting in here with no air conditioning on so you can hear us. You're welcome. I'm already sweating.
We're suffering, yeah. I'm sweating too. And I got my tea with no ice because then you get more drink. But it's warm. So I like it. I think it tastes good. And it tastes refreshing.
The passion part. Like, the passion fruit part seems so artificial.
I don't know. I feel like all the kind of fruit teas that I get from places that aren't like tea places taste kind of artificial, so this is kind of what I'm used to.
HTO. If you're in Texas and there's an HTO near you, go to it.
HTO is super good.
Happy hour is 2 to 4.
So much tea for so cheap. It's so good.
It's incredible.
Definitely worth it.
Let's see. Where were we? The stereotypes.
Okay, so that was like one of the things that I didn't like a lot about the book, like right away, but it wasn't enough to deter me from reading it. Was like, Penny is the stereotypical, so her mom is really outgoing and like girly and flirtatious, and Penny hates that, and she's very like quiet, keeps to herself, she wears all black,
Very like type A, has go bags is what they called them, with like Neosporin,
like
aspirin.
everything. She's always prepared for everything. She doesn't get along with her mom. Her mom tries to get along with her, but Penny doesn't get along with her mom because she thinks she's too childish and Penny's too mature for her mom.
which annoyed me.
Yes, me too.
Annoyed me to no end.
Yes.
There, especially, so at one point, Penny's mom ends up in a situation that, you know, you'd probably, like, yes, it was a dumb thing, but you'd probably want to, like, see her in person, check up on her in person.
That made me a lot.
And Penny's so mad, she just leaves. And then she just keeps ranting about how awful it is. And at some points, it's like, Penny, get over yourself.
Honestly, yeah. She was,
You're what, 17? Calm down.
Yeah. That was ridiculous. That made me really mad too. I really thought that part was going to be the part where she went in and she saw her mom and they finally like had a moment, at least some kind of moment, even if it didn't like fix their whole relationship, like have some kind of moment, but no. She just left and I was so upset. Anyway, yeah.
And she drove, what, like an hour and a half?
Yeah, she drove a long way.
We're
She
gonna hang
drove
on
with
for just a
Sam.
minute. It's so hot. What the mom said about, oh, every daughter goes through a phase where they hate their mom. I would agree. Did you go through a phase where you hated your mom? I don't know if you did.
Not really.
You're too much of an angel.
I
went through that phase.
I mean, you're not wrong. I hate to like agree to that because it makes me sound like, yeah, I know him, but
My emoji for her contact is the little baby angel.
for me,
Yeah.
Not
I'm
for her
not.
mom.
I'd be, no.
it's true. Yeah, no,
I was a wild child. I went through that stage.
I'm too scared
So I
to
get
do
it.
anything wrong.
Like, I get that's a thing that happens.
Right.
I don't know. Penny just annoyed me with that.
Yeah, she was
A
very
whole lot.
much just like the whole stereotype of I'm not like other girls. Very
Mhm.
like, I don't know.
Where it's all black. Very quiet.
She likes comic books. She's
Mhm.
into like, I don't know. She wants to be a writer,
Mm-hmm.
which like I want to be a writer too. So there were a lot of parts where I really related to Penny, but then there were a lot of parts about Penny that really annoyed me, and it was just like, But then you find out more about her background and like things that happened to her when she was younger, and then it makes you like feel for her more, and you kind of see why she resents her mom,
Yeah.
because something happened to her and her mom was like nearby but not around to stop it, and so she wishes her mom was there to stop it, but it didn't happen. And so on top of feeling like she's more mature than her mom and that her mom needs to grow up, it just adds on to the resentment that's already there. I don't know, but
Mm.
it's still just like too much, and it's like, Penny, get over yourself.
Yeah. Calm down a little. And then Mallory was the stereotypical wild friend.
Party girl. Mallory
girl.
and Jude also, they're both like from rich families, and then
Yes.
Penny is from like a middle class family. I think she mentions that she kind of thought that they were poor, but then she meets Sam, who's from like really low class family. He like lived in a trailer with his mom, and then his mom was like,
He lives where he works right now.
yeah, at
His
the
mom's an
coffee shop.
alcoholic.
So after she meets Sam, then she's more grateful for what she grew up in and like her environment growing up. But when she sees the lifestyle that Jude and Mallory have, she gets jealous and she's like, wow, okay. So
Which, I also feel like she's a bit hard on her mom when her mom's a single
yeah,
mom. My aunt's a single mom, and sometimes, I'm gonna call her out, sometimes her daughter doesn't appreciate her enough. So I don't know if that's just a thing where like single moms aren't appreciated by their kids enough,
yeah,
but that felt very, I don't know, true to life in a way.
yeah.
Because I've seen that.
I think so too. And Sam's mom was also a single mom. Both of their dads, I don't know. I don't remember. Like I said, it's
Well,
been
I
2.5 books since I finished. Not to brag or anything, but like, I
You
think
know,
Penny's
It
dad.
was just the other night, I should remember. Penny's dad just like up and left when
I think it
Celeste
was,
was still pregnant.
yeah, before Penny was born.
I don't remember what happened to Sam's dad. I just know, so the
don't
reason
either.
he's Jude's uncle is because his mom was briefly married to her grandfather. And then it didn't last.
It didn't last.
Well,
As you
I think
might
it said like
expect.
2 years.
She lived in a trailer park. He was a super rich, like 60-year-old or older man.
There was an intervention with the family.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But Jude is like, okay, let's talk about Jude for a second.
Mhm.
She's genuinely like a sweet and caring person. She is the one who kept up contact with Sam even though their worlds were completely different. She was always checking in on him,
Mhm.
and he appreciated it. He wasn't like super outgoing and like also tried to maintain the relationship that much, but he would answer her. They would talk every once in a while, and he didn't like resent seeing her because she came into that coffee shop a lot
Yeah.
with Mallory and Penny. And so every time she came in and she'd be like, Uncle Sam, then he'd be like, oh, it's Jude, but he wouldn't be like, ugh, it's Jude.
But he
You know?
never wanted to get dinner with her.
Right, yeah, he avoided her. We're not gonna say that he loved Jude, but
Which came a little bit from like resentment for her family.
mhm.
And having to still, I guess, process all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, I did like the romance.
Mhm.
I thought it was very natural,
Yeah.
and it spanned over basically a semester, which would call a little fast. But I know people who do it. So like,
I would
it
say
makes
it's normal.
sense.
Yeah.
I'm weird.
It didn't feel rushed.
It didn't feel rushed. I mean, a semester's fast in my mind, but it didn't feel rushed. I don't know if that made any sense.
Yeah.
It felt very natural.
And like everything that inhibited them from getting together for the duration of the semester. I forgot what I was gonna say.
You had nice words there.
I did,
Inhibit,
I
duration, and then
I just lost it. It just
it felt real.
it felt real. Yeah.
Authentic.
It wasn't like they weren't both like, I mean they were, but like on a really low key level they were pining for each other, but it wasn't like, oh, like I wish I could change my, I don't know. You know.
I'm gonna change my outfit.
Yeah. Like they weren't desperately chasing each other the whole time. It wasn't a focus on their romance per se, the book. It was more like, this is what's going on in Sam's life, this is what's going on in Penny's life, and then they were connected through their emergency contact, text messaging,
I think that's why
and
I liked it
friendship
so much.
building. Yeah, it was more
Because it wasn't, like, it's a young adult contemporary novel.
Yes.
That's main focus, I would argue, is the romance.
But it's more like a friendship that develops
Yeah.
into, they're both like attracted to each other right away, like from the get-go, but
She's like,
it's
oh,
not,
he's hot, and she's like,
yes.
oh, she's cute.
Yes. But it's not like, that's not like the driving force. It's more like once they start talking to each other, they're realizing how, like, Penny realizes how intelligent and like genuine Sam is, and he's like, she's really cute and funny when she talks, and she's really smart too, and so they like develop a friendship. They're both like weird in different ways, but
They're
it
both
works
weird.
together. They're both weird.
One thing that I thought was funny and appreciated was when they start texting, Sam's using like the number 2 for
Yeah.
2, the letter U for you, and then Penny, you know, does it the proper way, and then
an
Sam
English student.
starts responding with
Yeah.
the like he
He
switches
changes
his way of
his-
texting. I thought that was pretty
That was
funny.
cute. That was cute. And it, again, it wasn't, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's fun. You can
was
edit
good.
that part out.
What if I left it in? You've had one bite of your
Welcome to
sandwich, and
Goodreads.
I'm almost done with my fries.
I've been talking.
I appreciate it. I've been eating. Let's see what else. I was so upset. Are we trying to not do spoilers? I don't know
I
if
don't
we've been
know.
doing it that. Well,
I know.
I'll
I feel
figure out when I met any of this is spoiler free or not. But at some point, it'll be spoiler. So they go on a road trip, and I love this bit because Penny was like, "Let's do something fun. Let's have fun. I want to see the beach." They drive down to the beach. Is it really only 3 hours from Austin?
I don't know. To Galveston?
Did they go
went
to
to
Galveston?
Galveston, right? Okay, they, by the way, is Penny, Jude, and Mallory.
Yes. So like, the roommate friend group.
Yes.
The map it. See, that's 3 hours. But I love road trips. I love road trips in books, and so this scene I was loving. Having so much fun.
It was a good time.
There's some girls having fun. But I knew that is where the problem would happen.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a good fun scene towards the end of the book without
I
it ending in
know.
some kind of problem.
Oh.
And
They were
it did.
finally, it was like the part where, because Mallory and Penny, they got along, but it was more like they were both friends with Jude and not really friends with each other, and so that was the time where they finally started to become friends with each other, and then the problem happened.
They had a rocky start. 3 hours and 27 minutes. That seems so short.
Should we go?
Right now?
Let's go.
Yep, so I love the road trip. Loved getting to see them bond. What else?
Should we talk about Sam?
I guess
think
we
we've talked
should.
about
We haven't talked about him a whole lot. So he's weird. He's got a lot of tattoos. Works at a coffee shop. Wants to be a documentary maker, but works as a baker. Man, maybe some of these are just hard to open.
See? I
I
was
don't wanna
struggling.
spill it everywhere.
Exactly. There you go.
And he starts. I felt like the documentary he makes. Like, okay, when he went to find the kid, I don't remember them talking about the kid beforehand. Did they talk about the kid beforehand? Because they made it sound like they had.
I think it was like the scene where they introduced him talking to the kid. It mentioned something about he had seen them there before, but they didn't give us that like background. They didn't give us the first time that they met. They just kind of mentioned like, oh yeah, he had seen them there before, so they kind of knew who each other were, kind of thing. I felt like the documentary was one of the few things that was like the most unrealistic. Not that he was making it, but what ended up happening in the documentary. I don't know. It was just, should we say like,
Also though, okay. I don't know. He was filming it all on his iPhone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. For one of my projects for school, I filmed a YouTube video on my iPhone, and it was terrible quality. And I'm like, if you're making a documentary for your school and you're gonna turn it in and you're filming on your iPhone, it's gonna be bad quality. If you're uploading it to somewhere on the internet or like to anything to edit it, it's not gonna look good. It's just not. And so
unless you have like the new iPhone, which
that's what I have. That's what I filmed mine on. It was bad.
I thought it was your old phone.
No, it was this one.
Well.
So, yeah, but I mean, he couldn't afford to rent one of the school's cameras, which is why he was using his phone, but still, it was like...
Which I wonder, do they really make you pay to rent the ones from ACC?
I don't know.
Because at A&M you don't have to pay. Maybe because he wasn't a full-time student.
Maybe.
I don't know. But, honestly, okay, this may be critiquing too much, but I didn't believe that his documentary was gonna be good based on when she described him filming. Like, I felt like he didn't film enough.
Yeah. Like,
I don't
the
know.
whole first part of the semester when he and Penny were texting, she was trying to write a story as her final project for her English class, and he was trying to figure out what his documentary is going to be about. So while she was writing little bits and like chapters of her short story, he was still thinking about what he was going to film. So he didn't have a subject yet, and he would shoot her ideas of like, should I do
The
this?
cat that lives under the stairs.
That ergo cat. I like that. Anyway, she was working on her project. Her project was going to be done on time. He didn't start filming until she was almost done with her thing, which means that like it was almost the end of the semester and he started filming this documentary. And I don't know if it said how long it had to be, but documentaries are like long.
I would assume it was a short one.
Yeah, probably. But even still.
But still, you need like a ton of just B-roll. And it didn't sound like he was really getting any B-roll.
Yeah.
Like, he was just doing interviews, which can be kind of boring. And then, well, I guess he didn't even turn in the project.
Oh, he didn't.
Which
Oh,
I
yeah, 'cause
appreciated.
yeah.
But it just felt so randomly thrown in there. Like, I appreciated the reason he didn't turn it in, but it seemed like, oh, I don't know how to work this documentary that he's making, so let's just make him stop.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, like if he's gonna be a struggling film student who can't like afford to do a nice documentary, that's fine, that's cool. Keep that in your book. But just his whole process of doing it wasn't very well done.
I didn't have faith in his documentary.
Yeah. What
Not
about his
gonna
ex-girlfriend? Should we talk about
Brego!
Or was she?
I'm confused about how that works, to be honest.
Me too.
But
I like kind of wanted to look it up, but then I was like, no, I don't want to look it up. Okay, what was her name?
Lorraine.
Lorraine.
She wanted to be called Lola.
Which is, I mean, like, I guess I can see Lola from Lorraine, but
Do you know what I think of when I hear Lola?
What?
There was a show called Cyber Chase.
Oh.
And there was one episode where there was this giant metal whale and this like acrobat girl. And I don't remember if the girl was named Lola or the whale was named Lola, but one of them was named Lola, and so when I hear Lola, I think of that episode of Cyber Chase.
You know what I think of when I think of Lola?
What?
So, in Hannah Montana.
Oh yeah!
When Lily finally finds out that Miley is Hannah Montana, then she also gets an alter ego? Is that what it's called? Alter ego. Okay.
I think so.
Cool. And her alter ego is named Lola.
Why do I think of a
That's it.
cyber chase episode? That makes so
I
much
don't
more
know.
sense.
I don't know, because that's just very you, though. That your mind would go to cyber chase and my mind would go to Hannah Montana.
I watched Hannah Montana. I didn't
I
have
know.
cable. I still don't have cable. So I lived off of PBS, not
I
Disney
watched
Channel.
PBS too, but I guess not as much as Disney Channel. I don't really rember. I remember
have
playing like the
Disney Channel.
Cyber Chase video game on the computer.
I love that
was
video game.
So much fun.
I won it so many times. I
Nice.
had so many certificates.
Nice. It was a good game.
It was a really good game. But yeah, so an awful ex. She basically treats him pretty poorly, but he's like madly in love with her.
Very toxic. Very toxic
Very toxic.
relationship.
And they have kind of a one night stand thing after they've broken up. And she comes back to him and is like, hey,
A couple weeks later.
yes. And she's like, I'm late. Like my period's late. I might be pregnant. And then she had already taken tests.
And they hadn't spoken in like such a long time because they broke up on like really bad terms.
What was it, like 27 days? Something like that?
I think so. I don't
Almost
know.
a month. He was like counting them.
Yeah, and throughout the book he would count like how many days or like weeks it had been since all her tests that she took that said she was positive. And
But
so
then-
he was really conflicted about, oh my gosh, I might be a dad, and then thinking about how am I gonna take care of this kid? How am I gonna like get back with Lorraine? He never calls her Lola, so I'm not gonna call her Lola. Gonna call her Lorraine. He would have gotten back with Lorraine because he still truly believed that he was in love with her, even though she was terrible. She was awful, and she didn't seem to care about him at all. But he would have taken her back in a second.
He was enamored, in love. And then, so it turns out, this is obviously going to be spoiler. We're talking too much for it not to be. But it turns out that she is not pregnant. It's a ghost pregnancy, which I don't know how that works. It has something to do with the hormones make it seem like you are, and you kind of are, so you have a miscarriage, but also it's not a miscarriage. I don't know how it works, I will say. I have no clue.
I don't
But-
know either.
So she's not actually pregnant. And he is torn with that because he liked the idea of having a kid. Part of it because like then she'd be kind of stuck with him, and he's like, I realize how awful that sounds, but like that is a thought that I had. I was like, oh boy. And then also like having a kid, he felt like it would be a new redirection for his life, and he liked
Yeah.
that idea.
Because he had nothing going for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
He was struggling with the documentary. He was working as the baker in the coffee shop, but he wasn't making enough to provide for himself. Like the owner of the coffee shop was letting him live upstairs basically for free as long as he kept working at the coffee shop, but he didn't have like the means to
Leave and
Yeah,
live
leave.
somewhere else.
live on his own. But okay, going like way back to kind of the beginning, the first time that he finds out that Lorraine might be pregnant is he's walking down 6th Street in Austin.
Since we're not doing spoilers, I'll tell.
Yes. In the middle of a hot, sunny day.
It was probably August. Which is like
Probably.
the most ridiculous month
So
to sit in a car.
and of course
I hope y'all can hear us with the air.
he's wearing all black. That's another
he's
thing.
emo.
He's emo. He's got the tattoos. He's got the dark hair, like short on the sides, long and floppy on the top.
With a cowlick.
Cowlick,
So
yes.
it's not perfect. Which Penny likes.
Penny likes that. Yeah. Anyway, he's wearing all black. He's walking down 6th Street in the middle of a hot, sunny day, and he's having a panic attack because, oh my gosh, Lorraine might be pregnant and I might be the father. And he like passes out on the side of the road, and Penny finds him there. He thinks he's having a heart attack.
Yes.
She's just like, what the heck is wrong with
Yeah.
you?
So she calls the ambulance. He's like, dude, I can't afford that. So she cancels the ambulance, takes him to an emergency room. He's like, I can't afford that either. So then that's when she realizes that, oh, this was a panic attack. And then apparently her response to, I like how it said her response to stuff. Her response to worry is anger. Her response to confrontation is tired. Being tired, tiredness. When she's angry, she cries, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So she starts yelling at him, which I thought was really funny.
He's
And
like, I
that's
just
when-
got done having a panic attack. I
And she's
woke up
yelling
in
at
the
me.
morning." She's just screaming at me in the car.
Making me, she was feeding him like almonds or cashews
Yeah,
or something.
out of one of her go
and
bags.
made him drink horchata and like, yeah.
It's a good time, good time. But yeah, and then that's when they give each other their numbers and become emergency contacts. What else can we talk about?
I don't know. I feel like we went through the whole book.
I feel like we did too. We went way out of order. I don't know if you're gonna like.
I think I'll just leave it natural.
Okay.
Sorry. Less editing for me.
There you go.
But yeah, as a whole, I liked it.
Me too.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good read. I like that the romance was natural. I think that's my big thing for it.
Yeah.
Is that it did feel very natural.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff we didn't cover. So we kind of talked about a lot of the spoilers, but we also left out a lot of the spoilers. I definitely recommend reading it. It was a very fun read.
Mhm.
It was a good time. Not
And
the
it's
best.
a fast one.
Yeah.
And if you are in a slump, obviously it
Yes.
can help you because like sometimes you just need that good young adult contemporary, which I haven't read a young adult contemporary in a while
Neither
because
have
they
I.
just got to a point where they annoy me.
Me too. Yeah. So not the absolute best perfect book ever, but definitely I recommend it.
Yeah, worth checking out.
Mm-hmm.
A solid at least 3 stars.
I was thinking
guess-
like 8 out of 10 in my head. So when you
Uh.
said 3, I was like, wow, she really
No,
got
no,
3
I
out of
go
10.
Goodreads 1 to 5.
There you
So
go.
I'd say a good 3 stars. Like
3,
3.5.
Yeah.
Kind of a 4, I guess, because it is enjoyable, but like also not exactly a 4. It'll probably show up as a 3 on my Goodreads.
I don't have Goodreads. I wouldn't know. Sorry. I don't read enough. I don't read enough for a Goodreads.
Tell her, you need to comment and tell her how sad that is. We met because Percy Jackson,
Yes.
and she used to read a lot.
Look, I have little braids in my hair.
Are you
Today.
Piper?
I'm Piper today. As I was doing it, I was like, wow, throwback. Throwbacks
my
to middle school.
gosh.
I'm Piper McLean. Good times.
Man moves. Yeah, I think that's it. I never did the hey guys! So
good.
that is it for this video. Comment down below and let us know. What should we comment?
I don't know. I don't do this. I don't know.
Comment down below and let us know a book that got you out of a slump. Just in case I need another one. 'cause I
Exactly.
might.
Yeah, we need recommendations.
Really do. Also comment down below and let us know your favorite meal at Chick-fil-A. Mine is the 8-count chicken nugget meal with fries and a drink. Normally they're lemonade, but I think they've changed their lemonade recipe because I don't like it as much as I used to. I'm a big lemonade person.
Maybe it's just you. What happens?
I don't know.
Happens.
Frost lemonade though. That thing is so
Those are
good.
Those are good.
What's yours?
Mine, I get the spicy chicken deluxe sandwich with pepper jack cheese because I like it spicy. And we both got so many Chick-fil-A sauces today.
Yes, Chick-fil-A sauce is the
Chick-fil-A
best
sauce
sauce.
is the best. For the fries, for the nuggets. I don't
dip
put it on my sandwich.
Oh, I do put it on. Well, I don't know. I've never had their spicy sandwich.
So good.
Always had their regular sandwich at like events and stuff.
Yeah.
But I put Chick-fil-A sauce on my sandwich.
I've never done that. I'm sure it's good. I've just
I
never
like
done
it.
it.
I mean, it's the same as it's just there's a bun and some pickles
Yeah.
as well as the chicken. So
Still
yeah.
the best.
You want to do my outro with me?
Okay.
Do you remember it?
Kinda.
So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see y'all again in another one soon.